Oh. Another day in this miraculous matrix. Unescapable matrix. Unescapable. Imagine living in a world where you can't put your life in jeopardy. Where it's against the law to put your own life in jeopardy. Yet the police department will put your life and everybody else's in jeopardy. We are here. This is the world we live in. You can't smoke marijuana, but we'll trigger you. We'll trigger you to kill people. Well, I guess you can't smoke marijuana now. Hey, Nappy, thought I'd check in again. Happy to get back to your channel. Mention it. In the past 5 years, I haven't received any phone calls unless I initiated. Do you get? Yeah, I definitely get the white cars, and yeah, I know what you mean about the phone call. Other than targeted individuals, man, that's pretty much it. Is initiating. Gotta initiate them, but it cuts down off a lot of bullshit in life, man. That's for sure. I hate that it has to be family and shit, but oh yeah, a lot of those as well. Fucking yeah, I get those too. Well, I guess the robots care. I guess the robots care. Oh man, tell me about it. To the point to where you just want to turn your fucking phone off because you're getting too many calls and you can't get a minute to relax and shit. I don't know though. I kind of enjoy it though. I never was really like never really like a grouping type of guy, a grouping type of dude or whatever. You know, I always felt like when it's a crowd, like a crowd of people, like I be feeling out of place. Like I don't be. Then motherfuckers be talking about a bunch of fucking bullshit that I can't even join in the conversation and shit because, you know, I don't be wanting to talk about that bullshit. Then you gotta deal with motherfuckers calling you quiet and antisocial. And so I kind of welcome it. I mean, it would be nice to fucking, you know, converse once in a while with a regular person, but, you know, I don't hold no big longing for that shit. I didn't find out I was autistic until last year. It explains a lot. Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. How'd you find out? I gotta do something about these lives too, man. Whenever that I end the live and shit, they keep that shit going for hours. You got another laser shooter, woman. Yeah, but do a simple test because I was bored. Then all of a sudden, I reviewed my past, and bingo. The doctor and two therapists were trying to tell me, but they couldn't since I worked with them. Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Oh, you used to be a doctor? Hey, what's going on, D-Ray? High functioning Asperger's. Asperger's. I heard of that too. I was a psycho. I was a psychotherapist. Oh, okay. Damn, man. So you do you are you- I'm not too familiar with a psycho therapist. Is that like so are you not experienced, but are you well, I mean, does your profession have anything to do with like, do you know psychological how deep the psychological triggers and all that shit works, and subconscious and all that shit? Like that's I'm trying to learn that shit. Um, hey, what's going on, Tip? Another day. I know that's right, bro. I did group and individual therapy. Damn, why is my phone glitching like that? Okay. Yes, I know a lot. Oh yeah, I'm a veteran. Yeah, yeah, that definitely makes sense. That definitely makes sense, man. Yeah, that's the best way to play, man. That's the best way to be when you're around these people, man. Or especially when you're in the field that you're in. It's crazy, man. Just sitting back and going over like everything that I've known about the military from a kid. They did like from to all that fucking be all you can be and all that shit wouldn't be enough to get me to go. Wouldn't be enough to get me to fucking join the military. Like it would have to be like some really fucking. It would have to be something I wanted to do because, and even still, it might be kind of hard if I wanted to do it because just seeing all the veterans in wheelchairs pushing fucking signs and shit, seeing how they do the veterans and shit, like if you know too much, they start fucking, they want to kill you, and you know, if you've done a certain mission and shit, I guess that's like deep, deep, deep military, but you know, still like that, all that fucking Jason Bourne shit, like I've seen that shit in real life, like not all the action footage and shit, but like, you know, like a person knowing too much or when it did something and knew too much about it and they want to kill you and shit. I wouldn't want to be a part of nothing like that. Anything where you know too much and anything, because if you know too much, if you belong to anything, pretty much any type of organization, military, I don't government, whatever, and you know too much and you try and get away from that shit, or you try and get out, like your knowledge is pretty much what locks you in. Like if you know too much, that's gonna, you know, you're either gonna have to stay with the clique or you're gonna die, like, or some shit like this, you know, like, yeah, the military is too fucking devious for me, man. Way too devious. I'm in South Central. Oh shit. Yeah, I'm already knowing, bro. Wow, South Central, man. You're pretty much in the hardest shit. Oh yeah, man. You know what? That's you know. I guess I understand why, because people, you don't want to leave people behind and shit, man. But death is really nothing to fear. I mean, unless of course you believe you're going to hell or some shit like that. But I think for the most part, I think they add a lot of shit too, like for the to say, like, I don't think everything that's written. I think being a good person and looking out for people or whatever, just doing a good things that a good person would do. I mean, I don't know for a fact, but I would think that's all God would expect. I think all that extra shit they put in the Bible, like you gotta wear a certain talons or some shit. So like you gotta wear, I don't know. They say you gotta wear something, and then I don't know, but you know they say I think they add a lot of extra stuff to make people fearful or to make people just give up on God and like I gotta do too much to be good like I gotta do too much to go to heaven. I might as well do bad shit and have fun. I don't know how they look at it, but it just seems so. Yeah, death is really nothing to fear, really. It's really the only guarantee you have in life. That's, you know, you don't know when, but you know it's coming. Let me see. I served 34 years ago. Wow, man. Hey, likewise, Tip. I survived being homeless in downtown LA for 567 days and survived that shit. Homeless at 50. Damn, man. Yeah, man. But see, you were infantry anyway, so you got gang. Well, I guess it is kind of like shit. It's really just like the battlefield. I don't think it was. Well, I can't say what I think, but you know, I would think that the military was a lot more fucking. Well, I guess the streets would be because you got a bunch of fucking uncoordinated people just fucking shooting the shoot and fucking they don't give a fuck. You get an argument with them and turn your back and you got a bullet in your back. Or you could be sleeping. Somebody want your sleeping bag and fucking yeah. These streets is wicked, bro. These streets are wicked. That's crazy when I think about it. Excuse me, it's legitimate. And when I think about it, I gave up a life of crime. I mean, not no fucking, super serious fucking crimes, just like drug selling and shit like that. I gave up a fucking life of crime just to be fucking hit by so-called self-righteous people, good Christians, good Catholics, and good whatever else, you know, just to be hit with psychological warfare. Like, I quit a life of crime for them to get me, for them to try and fucking cause me to commit more crime, like more serious crime than, you know, way more serious crimes than I was, you know, assault, fucking murder, even fucking threats, aggression, like being mad at somebody and leave me the fuck alone before I beat your ass. Like, they literally write that down as a terrorist threat. You tell somebody you're gonna beat their ass, that's a terrorist threat now. A terrorist threat, that they label that shit terrorist threat. We got a piece of shit tuned in. That car right there, beeping the horn, watching the videos. He's on the video right now. If you notice when I said that, if you tell a motherfucker you gonna beat his ass, he started beeping the horn. They like to do that. Like when you do, I guess, not punchlines and shit, but when, I don't want to say punchline, but like when you fucking say something that fucking hits and shit, they let you know, like, they heard you or that type of shit. Like, one of these days, man, one of these days, this program is gonna be done with. I hope I'm alive to see it, but if I'm not, just as long as it's done, man, I'm happy, man. I'll be dancing in my grave to see these people get what they got coming. I'll be breakdancing in my grave. Unreal, for real. Are you an empath? I, you know, I don't, like, I know it, it's something to do with you feeling other people's pain or something. I think that's a hard question, but you know, of course, like, if I'm around to see that shit, like, I don't like, I don't like people being like, if people are being bullied in front of me and shit like that, like, I don't like that shit. You know, I remember, like, as a kid on the bus and shit, like going to school, like motherfuckers would, you know, make fun of people and shit. Like, I would feel bad for that person. I would almost feel like, I don't know, I don't want to say like they were doing it to me, but you know, it'd just be like, you gotta cut it and say something and shit. Like, my best, I think he was murdered. Yeah, hey, bro, you know, and that, you know, that's what trips me out is the way people think. Like, I guess they put it in so many movies that they think, oh man, that's movie shit, but people really don't realize how serious it is when it comes to the government killing people and shit. Like, when they know too much, or, you know, when they speak up about certain things that they don't want to get out. Like, even the man, just all the crazy fucking shit that our government does. Like, our people are so fucking snugly tucked into the fucking government's pocket. It's crazy. And I'm not talking about, There's a fair amount they get paid, but I'm talking about just like cozy sleeping and shit, just sleeping in the back pocket of the government and shit. That's why they're allowed to get away with 911s and Tuskegees and fucking this shit right here. Because people would never fucking believe that our government would, no matter how much they throw in our face that they do. People, I've come to realize the American population, like a good 85% of the American population is pieces of fucking shit, man. 5% are just people who don't know any better. And then there's us. I think, there's a lot more people that know what we're going through than I think this world is pretty much, man. Just everybody's on a program. Like, it doesn't, we are computers, so if you program some, just you programming yourself. We'll use stop snitching. We'll use the stop snitching for example. Like, even though now as an adult, I know that shit is fucking, how would you say? I know it's pretty much a stupid I know it's, stop snitching is pretty much a you I don't know even I don't know how to put it, but I know it's a ignorant thing. You see somebody committing a crime and in your neighborhood and shit, and you're on some fucking stop snitching shit. It's pretty stupid. But even though I know that, like, it's crazy, like, because even though I know that it's crazy, because other than this shit right here, like, this program right here is the first time I've ever fucking, had to fucking get on the phone and call the police. And even though and even it feels funny to even say that right now. You feel, look at the one head tail light trigger. It feels funny to even say that right now. Having to get on the phone and call the police and shit. Like, I just feel weird saying that, but this is a whole different thing. This ain't got shit to do with the fucking streets. This is fucking, you're basically going up against a fucking, and I don't want to sound too dramatic with it and shit, but you're basically going up against a bunch of politicians in a sense, because it's like the police department, the court systems, the neighborhood watch, and then you got your street people and shit, but they're pretty much at the lowest part of the totem pole. Like, their involvement is big, but their fucking pay grade is, like, not worth their fucking position. That's for sure. But yeah, it feels weird to even say that, like, having to call the police. And even, knowing that it's like it's programmed in me. Like, it's fucking programmed in me. I think I would fucking rather go fucking intervene myself than, call the fucking police. Like, and that's It's just, I don't know. I'm saying all that to say the programming in people, like people are so fucking solidified in the programming that they've been programmed with. Is, ain't too many people out here walking and using their own minds and shit. Ain't too many people worried about anything going on in the world that the news hasn't told them. If the news, if it doesn't come on WBLX, if it don't come on WBLX or Fox 40 or some shit like that, people don't give a fuck, man. If this targeting came on TV, if it came on TV on the news and they said they're targeting people through America and a 14-year-old boy has been killed, that's when everybody's gonna drop their fucking jaws and being like, oh, it's a crazy world. All this fucking shit. But when we tell them, it's just a fucking joke. It's like very few people. I think like just from the protesting and shit, out of all the people, if this Prius is shooting frequencies when that light turns green, it's gonna hold back for a little bit. That's what they like to do it too. Like when it's the lights, when the lights fucking red and shit, like they'll even hang back closer. Like, but what they do is they're driving like groups, like 3 cars. Like if I'm parked right here, they'll drive like 3 or 4 cars. And you can tell they're together because it's all like Lexuses and Beamers, or it'll be a bunch of fucking Priuses. Like they're the same fucking cars and shit. And the one with the microwaves, a hold back. And when the light turns green, the first car will go kind of slow. Slow, slow, slow. And then why they're microwaving and shit. I have to tell you what. Let me see. I'm clean from crack for oh man, good shit, bro. Good shit. I have to tell you what happened to me on Christmas. What happened on Christmas? How long have you been in the car? About 11, well, not 11 years. I think it was, how long? I've been on the streets for fucking like 11 years, but as far as in the car, like, I think it was probably about 1.5 years after my targeting. Yeah. Fucking weirdos, man. Yeah, about 1 year. As soon as I saved up enough to get a van, I got a van. But before that, so I was literally on the streets for 1.5 years, probably, and then I've been in the van ever since. During my 11 years of targeting, and before I was a target, I mean, I didn't have the best. I don't think. Well, I other than going back and forth to jail, like, I didn't have the best life, but I fucking, I wasn't on the streets or no shit like that. But, I've been caught under everything. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, man. And that's it comes with the territory, bro. And it doesn't matter what avenue of life or anything, man. They're gonna, people hate what they can't understand. People really hate what they can't understand. And it's really like a sick hate, man. A person is really sick because they hate you for something that they can't do, or I mean, it's not hard to fucking, I mean, even if you wanna, I mean, I don't know why you would as an adult, but even if you wanna be like somebody, like, I mean, it's not hard. I mean, if you really, really, really wanna be like somebody, just fucking take the time to reinvent yourself. Like, it's not that fucking hard, but jealousy and fucking hate and all that fucking evil bullshit, man. That ain't gonna get you nowhere. Might get you a fucking nice car, be able to ride on your boat, but if that's all you care about, then you good. But, if you want fucking legitimate relationships and all that shit, man, you gotta get off that scandalous shit, man. Ain't too many people attracted to scandalous shit. Even scandalous people don't like to be around scandalous people because they know how they are. You are your best teacher. At least when it comes to you. Up here we go with another trigger, man. See, they fuck up my van. They do all types of weird shit to my van, and they have these weirdos come by. Either with shit like that or a bunch of bags, because I got hella recycle bags tagged to my roof. So they'll come by with a bag with a bike with a bunch of, recycle bags attached to it. But they be like the little white bags, a bunch of little white bags and shit. They like to try and trigger me with white bags and bikes to try and tell me that they're gonna fuck my van up to the point to where I can't drive it no more. Or they're famous for driving those, like that bike right there, the little 3-wheel, and then they'll have 3 dogs, 3 little, 3 little chihuahuas in the back of it. All subliminal shit to make me think I'm gonna be on a bike fucking pedaling my 3 chihuahuas and shit, or recycling. See, and that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like, this is the type of shit that gets people killed. Like, I'm not saying I'm gonna kill anybody, but they keep fucking up my van. They keep doing all types of fucked up shit to my van. Then they send people to trigger me with like their bikes, or like a bike with 3 dogs in it and all types of shit like that. They send people to trigger me. So when something actually fucking does happen to my van and I can't drive my van because they fucked it up, the next person I see on a bike with 3 dogs, it could be an innocent person, but they fucking sensitize me and harass me with psychological warfare so much by fucking up my van and riding by with the dogs or riding by with the recycle and shit, that to where, like, when something as traumatic as, all right, I'm out here on the street, so when they fuck with your vehicle, that shit's traumatic, especially if you're day-to-day hustle, like fucking recycling and shit. So when they actually take this, or it actually clunks out, it would have to be like, it would be a real fucking traumatic thing. On top of the fact that they go hard on the harassment after the event happens, like after they actually take the vehicle, or after the vehicle actually, you know, clunks out on me, they go harder with the harassment. They fucking like intensify the fucking psychological warfare and harassment, like pointing at you and laughing. Or they'll fucking walk, it'll be like a guy and a girl, and they'll be talking to each other real fucking loud and saying shit like, oh, they just took my car, my fucking car just broke down on me. And then the fucking girl will be like, oh, that's a bummer. And they'll do it real loud to fuck with you and shit. And that psychologically will flip somebody out and make somebody kill somebody, man. Because you're thinking for me, for instance, say me. I wouldn't kill nobody, but I'm just saying, for me, for instance, while they're fucking harassing me, I'm thinking like, damn, man, you guys are fucking rich. You guys have no fucking problems and shit. Like, you guys, if your car breaks down, you can get a car at the drop of a dime. You're spoon fed. So, you feel me? For you guys to fucking vandalize and fuck my vehicle up to where, and I'm out here like struggling, like literally fucking struggling to fucking be able to, keep up with shit, keep up with life, period. And you guys are just fucking, I'm literally swallowing my pride every fucking night, going out there fucking recycling and shit. And you guys see, like, I'm not, this shit, it ain't no easy fucking shit. So for you guys to fucking know that and still vandalize my shit and still rub that shit in my face when it actually happens, and my van fucks up, and then you guys still rub that shit in my face. And I know the police are conducting this shit and making you guys do this. The average person is gonna do something really bad, like really fucking bad, something that those people are not expecting. And for them to play with people like that, literally, man, that's a bad. They're putting everybody's fucking life in danger when they do that, man. They're putting the whole general public's life in fucking danger. Everybody within your vicinity is in danger. Cause it don't take nothing but a bad thought at the wrong minute. At the wrong time, a bad thought to fuck up the whole world. Or fuck up your whole world, or their whole world. Or both of your worlds. It will fuck up the world. And that's what these people do. They create the scenario, they create the time, the scene, they're creating crime. They want this to happen. They need this to happen for some reason. For some reason, they need us to kill somebody. They need us to kill ourselves. And I don't think it's, I think this shit is bigger than just population control. Like, if it was just population control, they could just fucking zap us all and, they could just fucking, they don't need to make an excuse once you're dead. Once you're dead, they don't need to make an excuse of. And they know they can lie easy, and most of the public is gonna believe if 60,000 people died in one spot, if they killed 60,000 people in one spot with some weather weapon or something, say they made a fucking a flood or some type of lightning that fucking came down here and touched a lot of people, like the lightning bolts were just so fucking crazy, they fucking zapped the hell of people. Like, all they would have to do is make up some shit. Like, they could just come out the hat with some fucking Oh, this was a lightning flare. That was very rare. This was a rare lightning flare. The last time this happened was in 1402. It was some date dating back to where a motherfucker won't even think about doing no fucking history search on that shit. And they'll fucking get away with sweeping that shit under the rug. 60,000 people dead. Lightning flare. Very rare. And the people would believe it. Throw some fucking fake ass astronologist on the fucking TV or whatever they call them. Throw some fake ass fucking, professor. Yeah, these come. I haven't seen one of these in years and years. I haven't heard of one of these in years. People will fall right into the butter. Got you swimming in hot butter. Shout up speed. Yeah, man. It's understandable though. Like, you guys you see a lot, man, in the military. I've never been there or none of that. I've heard the stories and I've watched enough movies, and I don't even think the movies, because like I've been in prison riots and shit, and that's not half as that's not touching anything to the battlefield like that you guys are fucking with. Like that's a whole different it's a whole different thing. But even, in riots and shit, like when a riot jumps off, like everything's in fucking slow motion. Like fucking from the paper, like you can, like all your senses, like you're very aware of everything, but everything is just like in slow motion. Fucking papers, you're watching fucking papers, like a whole stack of papers could you know how you get like the computer paper comes in like this fucking, this, I don't know what you would call it, like some weird type of paper, so like Xerox paper and shit. And you throw that shit in the air, like, you know how it comes thick, like you could throw that shit up in the air in a riot, and you would see each fucking piece of paper just come down real slow, blowing like a leaf, like coming down. Everything that I'm saying, all that to say, like shit goes by like slow. So I can only imagine, like, when you're on the battlefield and you got all those fucking bullets and fucking opposite soldiers coming at you and shit, and you fucking, yeah, man. I could see a person needing to relieve themselves mentally for whatever, drugs, fucking alcohol. Cause you deal with a lot, man, and then when you come home, you barely have any fucking help, man. You're just fucking left to be at your fucking house and having flashbacks and all that shit. It's very rare. Or I know in California, it's very rare. I mean, I think they do have places, they do have VOAs and shit, but it just seems to me like because there's one right downtown, there's a VOA place, but all those VOA places, like they're driving Mercedes Benzes and shit. Like I think that's like for the fucking, I think that's for like the people who come from like wealthy fucking families, or had a chain of family members, connections in the military to where, they can make a phone call and get them right in. But, just a regular soldier and shit, fuck, man. You got it hard, man. And to be in a wheelchair, fucking, to be in a wheelchair on the fucking corner, putting a fucking sign in the air is the most despicable shit that our fucking government could do to a fucking person who's fought for this country, and 9 times out of 10, not even fought for the country, fought for some bullshit that they wanted, some fucking agenda that they wanted, whether it was fucking natural resources from somebody's country or just whatever fucking bullshit they do it for. Because as you can already see, with us, you know, the soldiers were fighting a losing cause and shit. Fighting for our freedom, but look what we're dealing with: domestic terrorism. And then the domestic terrorists have the nerve to fucking go on Veterans Day and shit to the fucking, the grave sites and shit, like literally after they fucking piss on everything they fucking fought for. That's a hell of fucking shit right there. You piss on everything that the fucking soldiers stand for, and then you go visit them at their grave. Like, they're fucking looking at you. They gotta be turning in their graves. They probably they probably turn around on their bellies when you come. Like, motherfuckers don't even want to see you. You mean I died for you to fuck around and like, what did I even join the military for? Excuse me, it's legitimate. What the fuck did I join the military for? Fucking just to watch you guys fucking domestically terrorize American citizens, or any citizen for that fact. Let's see. Hey, what's going on, Tanya? AFD. But you are hoping to believe alive this program is finally exposed to the world. What, hey, Nabby, what's you? Alive when this program is hoping to be alive when this program. Oh, yeah, hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. And more people, are waking up to this shit. A lot of people, like yeah, I don't want to get nobody. I don't want to get nobody the eyes put on nobody, but there are people out here that fucking, they see what the police are doing, man. They see that they're fucking, inciting bullshit, starting, causing, creating a lot of trouble out here. The police actually go up to people and have them fucking do shit that they don't, that not only are they changing our lives and shit, but they're actually changing regular fucking people's lives and shit, asking them to do, certain shit, and them not as far as targeting, but like as far as like just changing the way they live. Like, I don't want to put too much out there because they'll know who I'm fucking, and they'll know who I'm talking about. But they're fucking, and they do it to a lot of people, but I just don't want to take the chance of fucking, them putting their eyes on, somebody who was talking to me and shit. Like, so, excuse me, it's legitimate. But yeah, man, people are starting to see what's going on, man. And it's, it's the greed of the neighborhood watch and shit. When you add shit up, when you put shit together, neighborhood watch and the police and shit, they're all, the police don't fucking, when the police go home, they don't go home to some fucking, they go home to a neighborhood watch. They the judge, when he goes home, his home is in the middle of a neighborhood. That's why they're fucking That's why they're so close. That's why they're such a fucking bonded entity, if you will, because they're a part. They're, you might as well call them like another sector of the police department, like a lower level sector of the police department and shit. Because it's, you know, they all live in those areas. They all live in fucking, you know, neighborhood watch areas and shit. So, and if you pay attention to all the fucking situations with neighborhood watch when they fucking shot somebody or did some shit, you know, they fucking look at fucking Trayvon Martin. Look at Trayvon Martin. Not only did the guy get out of jail, he was able to fucking go into the fucking, and that's where he should have been killed. They should have killed him right inside that fucking mall. But this dude was able to fucking sign fucking Skittle, like basically just rub, you know, no sympathy, no fucking, not sorry for killing the kid. Like, not even sorry for killing the kid. So much of a fucking scumbag that he fucking signed Skittles bags and shit. And this is your neighborhood watch and shit. These are the people from your neighborhood watch. And then he pops up fucking beating on his wife and shit. Like, he fucking got this guy fucking, so it already pops up that this guy has anger issues because he's fucking beating on his wife and shit. Like, so oh man, who's to say his wife didn't piss him off that day, and he, you know, he calls himself cooling off when he sees the little boy walking through the neighborhood, grabs his gun. I'm gonna go cool off. Yeah, okay. Saying all that to say, that's why they're so fucking connected, and that's why they get away with the shit they get away with. The jogger, the guy that fucking jogged, and they fucking, you know, the dad and son fucking team, captains of the neighborhood watch football team and shit, go shooting. It took them for fucking a week to lock those dudes up. Probably about a week. Like, it took them so long that people thought they weren't even gonna get you know, they were able to fucking sit at home fucking comfortably and all that shit for a week. I still don't even know what happened to them. They probably got off. I don't think they're in jail still. They probably bailed out, and it'd be, you know, it'd be fucking some long driven out shit that eventually fucking, you know, die out. Because I sure haven't seen anything, I haven't seen anything about it. Oh man. Oh, I wonder if you could put like, I know that shit would probably cost a lot of fucking money and shit. But I wonder if like, if you could build, like if you had enough money to build a house, would you be able to put copper mesh through like the walls and shit? Would you be able to put something like, even if it was like sprinkles of copper, like grinded down copper and then putting it in the cotton in the walls, like sprinkling it in the cotton in the walls and shit? I think if you grinded it down, it wouldn't cost so much, but I just don't know how that shit would work. I'm not no scientist, but I wonder if you could do that, like fucking put cotton in the walls and then grind down fucking copper and just sprinkle the copper on the cotton to where it sticks and shit, and then just put that shit in the walls. That would probably be really fucking expensive though. Tired of helping my I'm so tired of helping. Yes, I know it's gotta be hard, man. You good, Nappy? There, please. Cops pounded down my door. Why? What'd they do that for? This black lady, a veteran, stated she heard screaming and someone was being stabbed in my apartment. Oh, bro. I don't know why they like using that stab shit, man. I had I remember, well, I don't think you guys saw the whole event, but this girl, I recorded this girl and she tried to say, I think she was actually on the phone with the police, like when I approached her, because she was on the phone. She had one headlight and it was, as soon as I parked, she parked the one headlight at me and I got the fucking police they're lying to me and shit saying that, well, she told them obviously that I waved the knife, but I think it's a story that they concocted. She said I came at her waving a knife and then they all came at me. I think it was to intimidate me from recording and shit. But, they all came at me, guns drawn and shit, telling me to get on my knees and all this fucking bullshit. All this fucking weird shit, man. And they had this little light-skinned black dude. It was... oh, man. They had this little light-skinned black dude, man. That's why I say the black police are the fucking worst, man. They're the fucking worst, man. When it comes to dealing with black people, the black police are the fucking worst, man. They act like the fucking prejudice. Like, they act like the prejudice. They act like the prejudice one and shit. Like oh, man. You guys would have just had to been there and shit. Like, I don't know. I just fucking don't know. I don't know no more, man. What world am I living in, man? What fucking world am I living in? I got trapped in the fucking Mandela effect. And now there's another me living my life. And I'm living the other me's life. Oh. Just think if this is like, you know how our realm is? Our realm is like this. Our realm is fucked up now, but, before the targeting, how our realm was the way our realm was. Like, what if there's literally another realm where this is how people live? Like, this is, in this realm we eat granola bars and fucking Raisin Bran and Raisin Bran and shit to get energy and shit. But in that realm, you just gotta fucking harass people. Like, that's how you stay alive. If you run out of people to harass and you can't get their energy and shit, like, you die. Fuck, man. For those of us who believe in realms, like, I don't know how many people, like, think this is the only world and shit, but I definitely don't think they're fucking, I definitely don't think they're telling us the truth about everything and shit, like, as far as the planets go, like, if I was to take an educated guess, and I'm not no highly educated person, but if I was to take an educated guess, being that we are creatures or entities or whatever, like whatever is made up off this earth, this is what we need to survive. Like I, I would, I would have to go with like there is and would definitely be other life forms on other planets, but just like fish breathe in the water and shit. Like fish need water to breathe, and we need air to breathe. Like I think their fucking natural resources on whatever planet is what they need to be alive and shit. Like we can't go to no other planet without no fucking air tank and shit. But I'm sure there is life on those other planets. You have to be pretty fucking, I think you have to be pretty fucking, full of yourself to think. I mean, even if you're thinking just the human race, period, like you have to be pretty full of yourself to think that you are the most fucking intelligent being, even on the planet. Like I believe that I mean, once you start talking about materials and shit, like well, I'm talking about like morally, morally, I think animals are way more intelligent than humans. Humans might have knowledge to fucking go ahead and create things and this isn't even our fucking knowledge. Like this is knowledge handed down to us. Like this is all alien technology. So to be honest, to be honest, like fucking, I believe animals are more intelligent than people. Just people keep animals, you know, at a distance. Like you can teach an animal to talk, you can teach an animal to do all that shit. But if you don't sit down there and take the time, like you can teach an animal to do some amazing shit. But if you don't sit back and take the time to teach him, it's just like a kid. If you don't sit back and take the time to teach him, that it's just gonna be a fucking animal. And shit, well, this is gonna be an animal regardless, but it's gonna be a normal animal. It's gonna be a rough or a meow. Well, I've even seen cat fights. Like I've watched cat fight or not watched them, but I've been in the areas where cats were fighting, and it don't sound like no fucking animal. It sounds like babies. It sounds like they're talking like really fucking like talking to each other and shit. Like I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but I'm sure if you've been around cats, and you've heard like cat fights and shit, like it's not no meow fucking thing. It's almost like a baby's talking. Like it sounds like little kids talking to each other, but in an aggressive way. But it, like screaming almost type of shit. Yeah, they love using that knife shit though. The police, let me see. The police had to come in to check for a body. Yeah, I would have gave them a hard time about that though, bro. I mean, eventually probably they would have got in, but I would have gave them a hard time. I even got it on the fucking recorded them. I would have recorded them because it's probably something they correlated together. Whenever they think you're getting too comfortable, bro, they're gonna come rile you up, bro. Like, even like for me, like when I'm sleep, bro. Like there was one time I was asleep. You guys saw that too. One time I was asleep. I was filming. I filmed it. Like I literally got out and filmed it, man. They had their fucking light. Like they came and woke me up. Literally, bro. Came and woke me up for some fucking reason. Uh, something about, I'm not sure. They were just checking to see if I was okay and all this shit. Yeah, it was some stupid shit. Like, nobody even complained on me. Like, they were just checking to see if I was okay. But, you know, they're shining these piercing bright lights at me. Like, just imagine a fucking, you know, the LED lights off. These aren't even lights that are fucking attached to the car. Like, they're coming out the car with fucking LED light beamers, like just beams, like just beaming it on me, like to the point to where I can't see nothing but the beam. I can't see the police behind the beam or anything. And they're just asking, you're doing all this shit to ask me if I'm okay. Fucking all these fucking cars. 5 fucking cars to come see if I'm okay. And you guys know I sleep in my vehicle. You guys know I fucking sleep in my vehicle. Like, there's no getting around that. So, look at all these death threats, the no lights on. You see that shit? That's enough to create paranoia too. That's at least 10 cars that's been trying to fucking harass me with the no lights on. Trying to create a paranoia by telling me I'm a dead man. So for those of you who aren't targeted individuals and you're on here and you're paying attention, pay attention, man. Because when something happens to these people, I'm not saying I'm going to do something, but, you know, something else is going to happen. There's going to be another big event that's going to be swept under the rug. They'll sweep it under the rug, of course. And I'm not saying this because somebody told me that we're going to do something. So don't get that out your heads. I'm saying this because it's an inevitable event. It's inevitable. It's something that, you know, even the most fucking, you know, ignorant of ignorant could put together if they just fucking paid attention. Put yourself in the shoes of the person that's being harassed on a 24/7 basis, and you know you'll understand. You will understand, and you will know that there will be another event. I call them events because that's exactly what they are. This isn't just like some fucking, you know, when you piss us off, like we go to the fucking, you know, if you know, it's those of us who don't just commit suicide. You've been building something up within us, man. Psychological warfare. You've been building something up within us that is fucking, you know, is big. Is big. And when we, you know, just when it's time, when you make that decision that you want to fucking, when you just make that decision that fuck it, I'm tired of going through this shit. I'm not finna go through this shit no more. Like, I'm ready to end it all. Like, I'd be better off dead. Like, when you make that decision, you know, 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna go out just fucking killing yourself. You're not gonna, I know I wouldn't. I know if I get to the point to where, especially the fact that I want to live, I'm not a suicidal person. I love life. And even if I gotta go through this shit, like I would rather live through this shit than to die. But you guys get it to the point to where it's like, I can't do this no more. I'm not finna fucking kill myself and just leave it at that. But I'm not finna fucking go shoot into fucking public either. I'm not gonna be shooting just any innocent person. I'm going to all the places that I frequent where I'm targeted. Everybody that targets me and enjoys targeting me when they target me, the smiles on their faces when they placate me, and all that fucking bullshit, I'm going straight for those people. And I'm not gonna turn the gun on myself. I'm gonna wait till the fucking police kill me. I'm gonna keep on going. Luckily, I'm not that type of person. But you know, if I was a suicidal person and I was gonna take my life, there's no way in the world that I would just take my life and let the fucking people who fucking for push my hand, force my hand. There's no way I'm gonna let any one of the motherfuckers who force, well, anyone that I can't, you know, can reach. Like, there's no way that I'm gonna let them just fucking live another day to do this shit to somebody else. It's not gonna happen. I'm gonna make an example. I'm gonna try and wake the world up with my shit. I'm gonna make it. And people are, like they be doing those fucking hip hop fucking they be doing the little hip hop. They be having like they be having people on YouTube trying to figure out who killed hip hop artists and shit. Like I know Young Dolph is a big one. It's like 5 or 10 different bloggers trying to figure out his case. The Kanisha Jenkins. It's gonna. It's when if it ever came to that with me, that's that I would have bloggers. I'm gonna make sure I have bloggers trying to figure my shit out. Like, fuck that shit. Fucking harass me and fucking trigger me and fucking try and intimidate me. Last night they sent this big dude while I was recycling and shit. And they've been using black since I've been saying white supremacy. And I told you guys the numbers of the amounts of different nationalities I get. Now all of a sudden last night they sent all black people at me. Oh, they sent all black people at me. And then they sent this dude. See, and that's what I mean by the fight or flight. That's what I mean by the fight or flight, man, because, he got to talking shit. Well, he got to talking shit, talking about where you don't get no bitches in that van. And what did he say? He said, look at you. You're weird. You're digging through the garbage. You're a weirdo. I'm like... I'm like, okay, man, whatever. Keep fucking with me, man. You keep fucking with me for the slave master, man, if you want to. And he got, he was getting kind of aggressive with his words and shit, like. And for a split second, like, you feel me? For a split second, I was in that I don't give a fuck mode, man. There's no way I'm gonna let this big motherfucker keep talking to me crazy and shit. I'm talking about, what'd he say? He said, what'd he say? He was calling me. I was like, all right, man. I know I'm weird, but you talking shit for the slave master. You out here working for the slave master. I'm out here doing my job, which is digging through the trash, and you doing your job, which is working for the slave master. At least I'm working for myself. Like, I was just, he was talking shit, so I was talking shit back. I wasn't aggressively talking shit. I was just fucking, I was returning his bullshit while he was getting aggressive. I was, telling me he was working for the slave master and shit like that to harass. Oh, no, I told him, what did he say? I said, the people who killed Malcolm X and Martin Luther King would be proud of you right now. And that's when he got aggressive and was like, I'll beat your ass. I'll beat your motherfucking ass. And I was like, fuck, man. And I know I got, and I don't got no gun, but I got a decent form of protection to where, like, there's no way I'm going to let nobody aggress towards me like that. And this was like some fucking, Rick Ross looking. This was like some Rick Ross big jelly roll fucking beard fucking, if he grabs you, like, if he fucking hugs you, it'll pop your fucking spine type of dude. And that's what they've been doing lately. Is they try and send big people and shit that's gonna fucking detour me from saying or you know I don't know. I think I just got a foolish pride, man, and I'll talk shit with you, but I'm not gonna let you get aggressive with me. Especially when I got enough evidence to fucking prove that you were fucking harassing me and all that shit. I'm not gonna play with you. Just keep it out of fucking verbal shit. Keep it at verbal. Please don't tell me you're gonna beat my ass. You're gonna do any of that crazy shit when you're like within my vicinity. Like I don't care if you're just some fucking crazy and shit like that, but this motherfucker sitting on a this dude got about fucking 5 chains on his neck. 5 chains. I don't know if they were real or not. Like I wasn't paying attention to that, but he got like 5 fucking chains on his neck, a big ass ring. And he's fitted to the T. He's super fitted, like, and he's trying to convince me that he's fucking homeless and shit. He's trying to convince me. I'm weird, but you're out here fucking sitting on the porch, fucking with a homeless dude, telling the homeless dude he don't get no bitches in that van. Like you're working real hard for the slave master. I'm homeless, man. I don't know what you talking about, man. I'm homeless and you're weird. But you're working for the slave master. Shut up, I'll beat your ass. Okay, you're gonna beat my ass for the slave master. You're a good soldier for the slave master. I was just saying shit like that. He was getting mad though. But yeah, they've been trying to fucking they've been trying to use bigger people. And chill. For those of you that don't know what targeting is and how that shit works, man, that's intimidation. That's called intimidation and shit. And hey, Muck, Scrap, come here, dude. Come here, Muck. Hey, go. Nuh-uh. Hold on. Yeah, come here. Right there, dude. Is the lady okay? Lady. I'm not. I might be lost. I think I might be lost. Oh, okay, here we go. Oh no, I think he was. They lied on him. I lived in Los Angeles for 30 years. I'm 54. I have no criminal history. Wow, bro. See, man, and that's something right there, man, that needs to be exposed. Like anybody who doesn't have a criminal history that is trapped and locked in this program, like that needs to be like, pointed out, man. Because that in itself is big. That right there in itself is big. If you have no fucking criminal history, but they're putting you on this fucking list and shit, like, because there are some of us documented on the watch list. some of us are documented on the watch list. I have yet to find out if I am. They tell me I'm not, but some people have actually been able to fucking, you know. They say the way to find out. They say the way to find out if you're on the watch list is go try and board an airplane. If you're on the watch list, they won't let you get on the plane. I think it's just heavy. This program stems from one thing and one thing only, man. This shit stems from Hitler and all of his scientists. All of his fucking Nazis. And so basically, our governments of the world are recreating the spirit of Hitler. They're bringing the spirit, and then he's on a vengeance. He doesn't care if you're Jewish. He doesn't care if you're white. He doesn't care if you're black. He doesn't care. He's fucking... He's on a fucking rampage. What do you call it? What do you call that shit when you bring up demons and shit, like from, or by people conjuring. They're conjuring up Hitler's spirit. The spirit of Hitler is alive and well. And just think about it. All those Nazi fucking scientists and shit that they brought to America after they defeated Hitler or whatever, however that shit worked out. Their fucking children live in those gated communities too, man. Their children, you know, Neighborhood Watch literally has a lot going on in their little fucking bullshit, man. Neighborhood Watch is a secret society in itself. Freemasonry all up in there. You know, and a matter of fact, if you YouTube Freemasons, how to become a Freemason, or just YouTube Freemason, and like anybody that's not, if it's not somebody that's trying to expose the Freemasonry, if it's like the Freemasons, their shit. Oh man, they make the community think they are angels. They fucking, oh man, it's a deception fucking man. They got people in the neighborhood fucking helping showing people, like, being helpers and shit, asking if people need help. Excuse me, it's legitimate. They're all fucking on commercials, passing out food to the homeless, patting them on the back, giving them hugs and shit, telling them we're here to make the world, their bullshit slogans and shit. Meanwhile, these motherfuckers are conducting the most evilest crimes that known to man. I think the only crime probably worse than what we're going through is fucking actual physical torture. And even though, you know, you create more of a problem when you do it mentally, you know, just mentally ain't as painful. It's painful and shit, but you know, it's not as painful as getting fucking fingers and shit chopped off, or you know, knees nailed down with hammers, and kneecaps knocked off with mallets and shit, like all that weird torture bullshit. But I think that's probably the only crime worse than what we're going through. Uh, oh, oh shit. Yeah, man, but yeah, we're definitely not the most intelligent species on the planet. We do shit to our children. We do shit to our families that animals would never do to their families. Now, when you think about that, man, I mean, how intelligent is it for fucking taking another live fucking animal? Like, this is how fucking whacked out humans are. They look at animals like they're fucking. And I'm not, you know, I don't want nobody to get the wrong. You know, I'm against all animal fucking cruelty and shit like that, but I'm not no activist or no shit like that. But I am highly against fucking, you know, any torture or anything of fucking animals. But for a human to fucking take a bird, like, and it ain't even about taking the bird. Like, for it's the volume. It's about taking the bird, but it's the volume of birds that's the real sick. Like, they come out there with cages and cages and cages full of birds, man. Literally fucking and they do this. Like, they do it on a fucking level, or they do it on a volume to where you would think that, damn, man, they're pretty soon these fucking birds are gonna be extinct the way they're fucking shooting them for sport. Like, they literally, like, they throw them frisbees in the air and be trying to shoot them with the shotgun. They do like, these people are really fucking sick. Like, they, you know, they can't stick to just shooting the fucking frisbee. They can't stick to shooting the fucking frisbee. Like, they gotta get some fucking live bait. Like, they gotta get some live targets. Like, that's crazy, man, when you think about it. Like, just the bird cleanup. Like, I've literally, like, watched the things just to see, like, I like when these people do this. I like fucking kind of like just fucking, you know. I'm not sitting there to watch them shoot the birds. I'm watching it to see how they act while they're doing it, like their expressions, and you know, if they really fucking enjoy it. If there's like, I don't know, I'm weird. I'm weird like that, I guess you could say, but you know, I'm not tuning in to watch them shoot the bird. I'm just tuning in to see how they fucking, you know, how they fucking react, like when they actually shoot the bird, the look on their face, like when they don't shoot the bird, and the camaraderie and shooting little birds and shit, like the brothers, the show of brotherhood once you shoot the helpless bird and shit. Like, I really fucking I try and study that shit in people. I don't know why. Like, I don't. I just fucking it's not entertaining, but it's almost like a sick. I don't know. It's like watching the first 48ers. Some fucking A&E fucking serial killer shit, I guess. It's just people are really fucking people are really, the bird cleanup, like when you sit there, I mean when they get done actually shooting all the birds, like literally they have to take a rake, one of those fucking big thick rakes, and fucking they rake them into a pile, and it's like a fucking, man, it's bad. And these are just birds, man. These are just birds, man. Like there's people literally out there doing the same shit to elephants and fucking monkeys and fucking deer and shit like that, and they don't even eat the shit. They just fucking they take a picture with it and leave it. You just shot something that probably had, fucking 5 babies somewhere in a fucking cave or some shit like that. I don't know how to put it, but you just shot something to take a picture with it and fucking leave it. Now it's got 5 fucking starving. Like, what if you were? And I don't like it. I don't want to get too deep because then I do sound like a fucking animal activist and shit. But like when you think about shit like that, man, people are like, man, we are not the most intelligent people in the world. Man. We are not the most intelligent people. Regardless of what the schools tell us, regardless of what they want us to think. Let me see. Okay, here we go. God only knows the manager was up there too. He said, "Oh, we're fixing the roof, fixing the roof for leaks." Yeah, man. They put at 5:30 p.m. on Christmas. Oh, wait, they put inside the roof. Okay. Running out of food. Half gone here. Until December 27th. Well, what do you mean they're not oh, hold on, y'all. They're not they're not giving you guys your They're not giving you food or something. I mean, they're not giving you food, but they're not having the food on the shit. Like they're not having the food on the shelves. Um, shit. No, 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 no. Well, I know, but they, a lot of targets say they're like even Wayne Daniels said he was on the watch list, the terrorist watch list. Uh, I think that's what they try and make us think that we're on some terrorist watch list or some shit. But I think a lot of us are as well because Wayne said he was on the watch list.